Afternoon, sir. It's going to be one pass for the drive.
30. You're not former or current military, are you?
No, sir.
So the pass is good for 7 days, including today.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome to Shenandoah National Park. This is top to bottom photography. Now originally I was only planning on spending an overnight here, however I just couldn't help myself. It's currently noon and I recently just picked up a campsite at Lost Mountain, so come along, follow me as I set up camp and see what we can't find in Shenandoah National Park. For sleeping arrangements tonight we have SlumberJack's 4-person tent. Now, 4-person is a little bit overkill, and it does take a little bit to set up. However, I did set it up last night and didn't have too many problems with it. It comes with a series of poles, along with your main sleeping platform. So, let's get this out of the duffel bag. Let's see how it all sets up. So as you can see, we got the SlumberJack 4-person tent all set up. Now it wasn't terribly too time consuming to set up. Having set it up the previous night, I did kind of figure out all the quirks to it, and that's just going to come with setting up the tent. The more times you do it, the quicker it'll be. Now obviously it's not as quick as a rooftop tent, however each one does have the pros and cons. This one does have an awning included, but I'm not going to set that up. I'm actually going to stake this down and anchor it all for the night, and then we're going to get back on the drive. And for sleeping arrangements tonight, we have a Hest foam mattress. That way if we get back into camp late, we can just open up our tent door and collapse if we need to. That's pretty much it. We got our tent all set up along with our sleeping arrangements. So let's actually pack up the truck a little bit, get a little bit more organized here at camp. Let's see what we can't find on Skyline Drive. Looking to get to Big Meadows, gonna get there about like dusk. Try to see if we can't find some deer, maybe photograph some warblers. However, I'm kind of hungry, so let's see what we can't find to eat first. stopped at Loft Mountain Wayside Grill. Picked up a cheeseburger. That'll be lunch. Just recently checked the weather, and it looks like we got severe thunderstorms moving in, so we're going to finish up the cheeseburger, and we're going to make it back to camp, anchor everything down. So I probably should have been more prepared. However, we got some severe thunderstorms moving in the area, so I've since made it back to camp. I'm going to anchor everything down, get everything secure, and prepare for the incoming thunderstorm, and I think we'll just call it an early night tonight. As you guys saw, it absolutely downpoured there for a good 10-15 minutes. I guess it's a good thing we made it to camp early. Had the tent all set up. Originally we were going to go out to Big Meadows and photograph what was out there in the field. However, with the thunderstorms that have since moved in, I think, again, we're just going to call it an early night, guys. Now normally I would have had some nice B-roll of me setting up camp, however, as you can probably hear, it has been raining non-stop and it's been a struggle to keep everything dry. So I've kind of expedited the process and gone ahead and fried up some sausage. I'm going to cook up an egg, and I'm going to do a copycat Dunkin' Donuts, almost like a wake-up wrap with the breakfast sausage, cheese, and egg in a flour tortilla. So I think that'll be dinner tonight, guys, and again, just trying to stay dry. Well, good morning. Last night was pretty rough. Had severe thunderstorms throughout the night. Luckily our tent held up. Looks like we got a little bit of a clearing in the weather, so I'm going to try and have everything all packed down before another storm moves in. Now, admittedly, that's not how I imagined this adventure to have ended. However, we had some pretty serious thunderstorms move in, and we had to overcome that obstacle. Originally, I had planned to photograph some warblers along with some other wildlife that we saw in the Big Meadows field. However, with the thunderstorms and the fog now that we have, I just don't see it being possible. So we'll probably make it out here sometime again next week, and we'll see if the weather's any better. Until then, guys, thanks for following along. I'll catch you in the next adventure.